You're watching Breakfast. Now, the three dads walking, Andy, Mike and Tim, have met the Prime Minister to discuss their campaign for suicide prevention to be a compulsory part of the school curriculum.
Yeah, the three of them became friends after their daughters took their own lives, and we followed their story here on Breakfast. And during the meeting yesterday, Rishi Sunak described them as an inspiration. Our reporter Alison Freeman was given exclusive access to that meeting at Number 10.
Afternoon. How are you all? Andy, I'm Rishi. Very nice to see you. Welcome to Downing Street. Well, it's such a privilege to welcome you here.
Yeah, thank you.
No,
for inviting us.
No, gosh, I mean, when Neil talked about you in Prime Minister's Question Time, and I learned a little bit more about, all your stories, it was so moving. And I have two young girls, so as you particularly, particularly it just struck a chord with me. And they're younger than yours were, but just made you think about these things. And I must say,
they never thought they'd end up here.
So should we want to come and sit down? Come and have a seat. Yeah.
Getting a warm welcome from the Prime Minister in Downing Street. Having each lost a daughter to suicide, the three dads have been campaigning for suicide prevention to be made a compulsory part of the school curriculum. And yesterday, beneath the blossom in the garden of Number 10, Andy, Mike and Tim got to share their personal stories with Rishi Sunak.
Bethy was the brightest star, she really was. She's the last person you'd ever think would take her own life.
I saw your comments on that. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, there's nothing more precious than your children, is there? I mean, the devastation that is still within my family now, it nearly pushed me to the edge of suicide as well.
And Sophie was your daughter?
Yeah, Soph was 29 and her suicide came out of the blue, like so many people we've met along the way, where our young people have just got lost and failed to reach out. Hadn't had that coping mechanism and the encouragement to have some kind of help-seeking behaviour. And that's really what's at the heart of what kept us going, because we realised we can actually help other people.
The dads have so far completed 2 huge walking challenges to highlight that suicide is the biggest killer of under 35s. The second saw them walk between all 4 UK parliaments, calling for legislative change. And last month, MPs took part in an often emotional debate on the dads' proposal. Yesterday's meeting was made possible after Andy's MP Neil Hudson piqued the Prime Minister's interest in their story in Westminster.
Would the Prime Minister join me in paying tribute to the three dads? And would he meet with me and the three dads to discuss suicide prevention and ultimately save young lives in the future?
I would be delighted to meet with him and Andy, Mike and Tim to discuss what more we can do.
To have suffered the tragic losses that all of you have had, but then to channel that into raising awareness so that people know that there's somewhere that they can go and talk to, it's inspiring, and you deserve enormous praise for that. And I'd love to hear a little bit from you about what we should be doing.
We need to be proactive, not just reactive. We need to be proactive with it, and this is why we want our children basically taught suicide prevention as a mandatory subject.
When you talk to the mums and dads of 11-year-olds that have taken their own lives, we need to get them quite early. We need to be talking about this, because if we don't talk about it as adults, they'll look at it on their mobile phones, and that's a whole world of hurt.
The dads couldn't finish their conversation with the Prime Minister, though, without asking him the obvious.
Come for a walk with us, Nick.
Yeah, well, actually, maybe I'll try and do it if you ever do a bit in North Yorkshire, or a bit of the coast to coast, or Pennine Way, or something.
Right. You've all heard it.
Yeah. We come through my bit.
What was that like?
Tea and cake with the Prime Minister. Not what you expect to do every Tuesday.
No. We had a great conversation there, didn't we? We covered a lot of things, and the Prime Minister is a father himself. He wants his kids to be safe.
We didn't choose to come down this route, did we? Because of our girls did. But it's good to know that we're being heard.
I'm really humbled the more I work with these guys, just seeing them using their own personal tragedy and pivoting that to try and help other people. Everyone knows young people who are struggling, and I firmly believe, you know, we had the Secretary of State for Education here as well, so I think, yeah, you've got cross-party MPs agreeing on this, you've got the top of government listening. I think the time is right for change.
Your girls have taken you many places. What do you think they would think of you ending up here today?
Well, I brought a picture of Beth with me, so she's here as well.
She would laugh a lot and point out how ridiculous it is for some old bloke to have got here by putting a pair of boots on and trundling across the country.
And Em told me what she wanted to do in her last note to us. You know, she said if other people can learn from what happened to me, then let it happen. So we're trying to change society for the better. So I know exactly what Em would say. You're doing the good thing, Dad.
You've walked with the dads.
Yep.
Prime Minister has promised to walk with you. Does that mean we have to have another walk?
Guess it does, and it means we'll have to walk through his constituency.
Probably time that walk before the next general election.
I think he could be regretting saying that, but
Alison Freeman, BBC News, Downing Street.
Really important point they make there, which is that is not a journey any of them ever wanted to make, but oh my goodness, they are making it now, aren't they?
It's not a route they've chosen, but they're not going to give up, are they?
No,
Yeah.
just incredible to watch them.
And watch that journey.